We are live in Boston. You see the Charles River there and the Bunker Hill Bridge. It's the 2005 U.S. Indoor Championships. Dwight Stones along with Larry Rawson and Leslie Maxey back inside the Reggie Lewis Track and Field Center. Men's 1,500 meters held on day 2. This is how we called it. Time now for the Nike men's 1,500 meters. You can see a pretty large field for this race. Some of the best middle distance runners in the country. 7.5 laps around this track.
Dwight, the standards were really tough to get in here. There was no need for any heats. They went to one final, one race here at the National Indoor Championships.
And certainly appears as though we will have a competitive race, as a much different pace here set than it was with the women's.
Grant Robeson on the inside appears to have the lead for the moment, and he was a 2004 Olympian, eliminated in the semifinals in Athens. Was Robeson a Stanford University grad? They had and continue to have great distance running out there at that wonderful program at Stanford University.
You know, Larry, I always worry when the field is that large. They did a nice job of staying out of each other's way and not a lot of jostling, but that's an awfully big field for an indoor competition.
You raise an interesting point, Dwight. In my track days in a 2-mile, I went up on pace to run the best I had ever run. My shoe got, the heel got pulled down at the back. I held it on for 1.5 miles. It finally came off. I had to step off the track. I never got a great time at 2 miles again that year. It was my senior year of college. You're so right. The crowd was huge that day on that race indoors.
Grant Robinson leads them through a 59.5 first lap, followed by Rob Myers and Scott McGowan. You mentioned Robinson at that great part of that great Stanford program that has produced so many great 1,500 meter runners, 800 meters runners, all the way up into the distances. Really a resurgence out of that farm team that they have out on the West Coast.
That is in third place is McGowan in the all black from the University of Montana, no less. And a native of that town. He grew up in Poplar, Montana, 50 miles from the Canadian border. Did the man in third, almost 6 feet 4 inches tall. Robeson's in first, and the defending champion, Rob Myers, is right now on the left-hand side of your screen. Almost tied for first is Myers.
So they're happy to have Robinson continue to lead. It's a good first quarter mile, under 60 seconds, an honest pace. Still reasonably well bunched together. Everybody in this one so far.
Watching leg turnover, it slowed up a little bit here, though. I don't know exactly how much, but there they are, 2:04. They just come up to the 800, and this is turning into a kicker's race. And any time at this level of competition you go by in 2 minutes and 4 seconds instead of 2 minutes flat, right on 4-minute pace, you're just going to have a barn burner here in the last lap or two. Let's see what happens. It continues to be Robinson up in the lead pack. Look how, another way to tell is how bunched everybody is halfway through the race. Anytime you see that, you know it's a slow pace too.
And that's so dangerous when they start to make a move. They're trying to jockey themselves into position. Rob Myers now gets into the lead, followed by Charlie Gruber. Robinson starting to fall back. McGowan is also there in the all black. So Myers trying to push the pace after that 64-second 400 meters. Now McGowan decides that he's going to have to try to push it a little bit because he doesn't have the closing speed. And now it is on.
Myers right behind him has shown good speed here. Ran 3:58 earlier this indoor season. He's in second place. And McGowan running very comfortably up in the lead pack. Looks smooth. He said at almost 6'4", 155 pounds. He said it looked like a famine victim with my shirt off, he said.
Well, that 3/4 mile mark gave him a 59-second third 400 meters, and McGowan trying to run away from this thing, and only Myers is up to the task. A little more than 100 meters to go. McGowan's going to look back a couple of times, not particularly confident perhaps. McGowan with 100 meters to go is starting to pull away from Rob Myers. Myers, the defending champion, is going to have to really put on a push to hold on to his title. It's just not going to happen. Scott McGowan wins it. Just over a 4-minute mile pace, 3:44.06 unofficially. Rob Myers in second. So a very interesting race. Started out fast, then slowed down. McGowan wins it over Myers, and Charlie Gruber ends up third. Very strange type of competition in the men's 1,500.
56 seconds, last 400 meters for McGowan.